now.
It's like the mayor is ready for us. We can bring him in the studio now.
Oh, I see him.
He's
right there.
We got to know the mayor back during relocation when he was the I think he was the president of California or something big like that, and he was very active in the legislature and representing us here in Sacramento, streamlining a lot of things to not only make sure we got Golden One Center eventually, but also the Kings in fact stayed. He was in New York for all the big meetings and has been our mayor now for a while, and he announced yesterday officially that he's moving on. He will not seek re-election, and I believe his term runs until December 2024. So, which is good because much like athletes, you get about a year and a half of a retirement tour where everybody I hope gives gifts and other great things.
Have you decided what you're getting him?
I have, but it's a surprise. I don't want to say
okay.
it. We welcome in the Honorable Mr. Darrell Steinberg. Good morning, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for joining us.
Dave and Jason, great to be with you as always.
So, and by the way, I know you can't see. I should have told you that's my fault. Jay's filling in for Jason today.
Okay, sorry. Hi.
You're fine. So I know that listen, you're gonna be here mayoring for a while, and so we're way too ahead of it. I was just reading the KCRA article, and you haven't endorsed anyone yet. The field's still growing, blah blah blah. But let's just get rid of that right now. And why don't you just endorse me? I don't know what my platform is, but I think it would be fun and interesting. And you'd have a Giants fan in there.
Well, you know what? I think we should have a long discussion about it. So here's the thing. I'd be happy to endorse you, but I'm not sure that you want the job.
Look,
hey, Mr. Mayor, you should probably let him know about the whole hard-working thing.
Yeah,
right up front.
I've seen those. I'm not gonna lie, and now that you're not running, I think you can just now you just say whatever. Look, I know everything in front of the council is important, and in some cases, it's incredibly important, but I've been to a couple of those council meetings. I don't know how you guys do it. I truly don't know how you sit there every Tuesday. Sure, the important stuff, but the stuff that's like the light fixture on J Street, let's forward a motion to fit, I don't know how you don't nod off sometimes.
Well, in all seriousness, it's first of all, it is an incredible privilege to be the mayor of this city. And I used the word yesterday that gratitude. That's what I feel in my heart. And at the same time, I think it's important to recognize that in the city and in the country, really, that we got to get back to people having a little bit or maybe a lot more respect for one another and different points of view. It's, being there on Tuesday night, there are many great moments, but there's also a lot of anger. Now, anger is, not a bad thing, and sometimes it is justified. But, I said yesterday, I tried to quote, I quoted Abraham Lincoln. How could you go wrong there? I said, we are friends, not enemies. And no matter how deeply held your point of view is on the city, on the future of the city, should be going in this direction, that direction, not fast enough. We have to listen better to each other and at least treat each other with a little bit of kindness. And I think that'll go a long way. We can model the behavior we want to see elsewhere. And I saw during the Kings run, man, we just saw so much happiness. We saw so much community spirit. We saw people coming together. Doesn't matter your political stripe or, your view on this and that. And that's the Sacramento that I want to see. I mean, politics, yes, disagreements, debate, fierce debate, but let's do it with a lot of positive spirit.
The mayor, Darrell Steinberg, joining us this morning on the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Mr. Mayor, as you know, we're a sports show, so I do want to transition to that, if you do not mind.
Not at all.
You've obviously witnessed the whole thing with the Sacramento Kings. We're a huge part in that. And, we've asked several times on this show about, another major league sports team coming. Unfortunately, the MLS thing fell through. It looks like the A's are on their way to Las Vegas, but MLB has talked expansion. My question would be, do you, and it's more of a two-parter, I think we could fill a major league park, but do you think there's an appetite for a public funding mechanism to get that done? And also, you hear a lot about, do we have enough sponsorship and money within the city and the region to bring that to fruition? Do you see either of those things being a deterrent?
Well, for soccer, let's take one at a time. For soccer, we are primed and ready. And, I said it yesterday, I'm never giving up because the city deserves Major League Soccer. And we're going to build a first-class stadium in the rail yards. And I hope it is for Major League Soccer. And when we do it, the public will, in fact, contribute significant resources, different than what we did with the Golden One Center. We'll do it in the form of infrastructure. We'll contribute to significant infrastructure in the rail yards because that extension of our downtown is a big part of downtown and Sacramento's future. And so I remain bullish on the soccer issue. Major League Baseball, I've had a few conversations. Believe me, as mayor of the city, I've had a few conversations, even with some of the right people. The A's probably go to Las Vegas. Expansion, it will happen over the course of the long haul, I am confident. And Sacramento is absolutely a great market for any major league sport, including baseball. The question of what it costs, is real. And so we have to be very realistic about that. The city basically borrowed against its parking fund, $300+ million to be full partners with the Golden One Center. One of the great decisions I think that the city council made, and I was happy to be, as you said, a part of it as president of the Senate. I don't know where we would get that kind of money, at least in the near term. But that's all right. We're a major league city, and we'll always be open to the prospect and possibility, and we're creative. And where there's a will, there's a way.
Mr. Mayor, speaking of being creative, we floated this yesterday with the A's almost certainly moving to Las Vegas as it looks. It's been an absolute debacle. I know you're a huge Giants fan like me. You're a huge baseball guy. It's been a debacle in Oakland this year, attendance-wise and otherwise. But also, when we look at the chessboard in Las Vegas, they have the AAA team down there, but it's open air. And you and I both know the Players Association is never going to allow open-air day games in July and August in Vegas, and they need 3 to 4 years to build it. So I'm trying to look ahead at the chessboard, and, of course, correct me if I'm wrong, but the A's, it seems, because their lease runs out in another year, they're looking at being in Oakland for another year after already agreeing to relocate. Then they're going to need a place to play for 3 years after that. Do you think it's worth having some conversations, especially if Sacramento maybe wants to be on the expansion list? Do you think it's worth a phone call or two to say, hey, if you need a place to play, and I know Vivek and the River Cats and the Giants, there's that whole snafu, but if we get all parties in the room, is it out of the possibility to think maybe the A's temporarily play here for even one season between now and when they go to Vegas?
Well, break a leg, Las Vegas.
Literally.
Take it any way you want.
Right.
I said this before on the show. I really feel bad for the people of Oakland. It makes me mad as mayor of a city because do right by your city. Do right by your city, especially a loyal city. And I don't think the A's have done right by Oakland. So let me get that off my chest. Yeah. Maybe, just maybe, some of the kinds of conversations that you're just describing, maybe they are happening and have happened. I can't confirm or deny.
Sure.
But just maybe they are happening. We're
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh boy.
Well,
I know we're talking about for the next 2.5 hours.
Here's what I love. That the mayor's announced that he's moving on. He's not retiring, but he's moving to do other things, to accomplish other things, and but not until December of 2024. So it's like senioritis. If this 4K connection is correct, do I see a little bit of
Yeah.
Do I see a little bit of a retirement beard starting?
You do.
Ah,
You do. Yeah. It's
do it.
like, come on, man, why shave? I mean, I don't got to put my face on a piece of mail or on TV. It's all good. No, but hey, but here's the real irony of it. It's really weird. There's I don't know what it is, like a freedom something. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna work even harder the next 18 months on behalf of the city. I feel it. I mean, I feel really good. I am not don't have senioritis at all. I just want to go. I mean, I want to leave this city, having fully recovered from the crises, the pandemic. I want to see us primed. We already are. The foundation is so great, even in the midst of all the challenges over these past years. You think about the investment, the housing, the fact that we're becoming a city of festivals. I mean, music, art, culture, entertainment in real time. I mean, Aftershock set a world record for attendance, and you combine that with the Kings and with our soccer and the Republic, and what's still possible going forward. The best days are ahead, and I want to make sure the next 18 months that I continue to lay that foundation. You never get it all done in your tenure, and I felt 8 years is a good long time to get yelled at. So,
well, look, we're long overdue for a ball game, and you always have a home here. I enjoy weaving in between sports and the city, and it's going to be a year and a half until you moved on, and you're always going to have a place here to come on and pontificate and start awesome rumors and do all that. And I don't know who your replacement's going to be. I will say this: I won't put you in bad spots, but I'm not voting for anyone who was against the arena deal. I can tell you that much. If they happen to run, so we'll see what happens there. But it's going to be big shoes to fill.
Thank you so much, guys. And you know what? I didn't mean to really start. I mean, I don't want to raise expectations.
No, it's fine.
Too high on the A's thing, but of course, we always do our due diligence. And the Las Vegas thing that's complicated. And whatever, like I said, break a leg.
Well, we're not going to put this part though in the excerpt we release on social media. Though we're not going to put this part on. We're just going to put the juicy quote out. So
we do our jobs well.
Yeah,
causing me trouble.
We want the hits. You're the best. We're out of time. I wish we had more. Okay. I want to come down there and turn a recorder on one of these days in your office, and we got a lot of stuff in Sacramento worth talking about and spending a lot more time on.
And I look forward to it, guys. Take care.
All right, you too. That's Mayor Darrell Steinberg.
Thank you, Mayor.
Way late for a break. We will be right back.